So this is what Nick and Dustin were talking about.
Like, I literally, didn't even have any money to, order McDonald's last night.
The following Thursday,
I've always been super irresponsible when it came to, paying my bills. With anything. Even when I would have the money, I would just be terrible at it. I would never pay it on time. Not because I didn't have it, but because I legit was just irresponsible.
They literally have no talent and personality of their own to where they have to make money. They're dogging on me for being a content creator and accepting tips.
Spare change, ma'am.
If I do have even one person that cares to listen, that can spare $1 or $5, it helps literally more than you know.
Those types of dudes are lamos. Those are the kind of people that literally need help.
Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. It is currently 3:30 in the morning and I am sitting here, of course, with the love of my life. How are you doing?
I am good,
You doing
extremely
good?
elevated,
Yeah.
and I'm ready to talk some.
Well, we of course had to sit down and talk about some things we've seen going on social media for the past 24 hours. The first thing honestly was not even on the card to talk about today because before we sat down to record, I checked my Instagram DMs and somebody sent me a clip that they were in Cole Kerrigan's live stream and he was trying to talk some shit. He was trying to come for us in that live stream and they sent me the clip of it and I just thought it was so funny. You guys, please check this out.
So this is what Nick and Dustin were talking about. No, babe, those two guys literally have no lives. All they do is literally obsess over content creators and watch their every move and piece up clips to post to try to just embarrass people and bully people. They literally have no talent and personality of their own to where they have to make money. They're dogging on me for being a content creator and accepting tips, but they literally make money off of bullying content creators and making them miserable and depressed and dragging them and trying to make them look like awful people. No, that's not what they were talking about. They don't know shit. And they're honestly awful people to sit there and not only laugh at me and mock me and bully me, but also just compilate videos and try to make me look as bad as possible to post to their followers so I can get even more hate and more bullying. Those types of dudes are lamos. Those are the kind of people that literally need help.
I just find it really bold that this grifting ass bitch that literally sits on TikTok and begs for money all day, every day from his followers had the nerve to get online and fix his mouth to call us losers or just any name in general. Cole, I have to let you know that the only loser in this situation has to be you because I also saw from another clip in your live stream that tonight's the last night that you're in that fabulous apartment.
Guys, thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Seriously, if I wasn't on live, I would be crying myself to sleep because it would be my last night in my apartment before hitting the road. No, but mark my words, I'm literally never allowing myself to slack like this again because I hate this feeling. And I'm the only one who's in control of it. And like I said, I've been doing so good while I've been living here, with my bills and stuff. I have been irresponsible. Okay, that's the thing about me. I have been a very independent child and teenager, but I've also been very irresponsible. Independence and irresponsibility are two different things. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 17 and got my own apartment, one bedroom, when I was literally 18 years old, with my own money that I had made from working in the restaurant industry. But I've always been super irresponsible when it came to paying my bills. With anything. Even when I would have the money, I would just be terrible at it. I would never pay it on time, not because I didn't have it, but because I legit was just irresponsible. And so this experience here has really made me proud because every single month I've been just super on time with everything, and that is a good feeling. And so this 1 month that I've been slacking badly, it feels like shit, and I'm literally never allowing this to happen again. Cause like I'm ready to get back into like doing photo shoots and creating crazy, insane looks for you guys. But everyone know that that shit is expensive, and I know I can get back to that point if I just grind and work my ass off. So I just need to literally get through this next 12 hours and manifest good energy so we can knock this turtle off its back. And then I can be live literally every single day. Ugh, shut up. It's so tired. I'm so tired, Grand Theft Autumn. Like,
And you said that actually right before you told everyone that you're actually very irresponsible with your money. Even if you had money in your bank account, you would spend it on something else but your bills. No one feels sorry for you, Cole. You are able-bodied and you can get your ass out there and go and work. You can go to a corner if you wanted to, bitch. The best part, honestly, was when he tried to tell everyone that he's a content creator and he just accepts tips online. You know, to be completely honest, I'm a little shocked that Cole actually has like a cell phone signal to actually go live over on TikTok, because it must be difficult getting a signal at rock bottom. Like, I'm confused. Did Cole actually think that coming online and trying to tell everyone it's his last night in his fabulous apartment that was gonna land for everyone? And they're like, oh my god, Cole, we feel so bad for you. Even though the last few weeks he was literally begging for money, like could not even afford his Uber Eats, but then went and got fillers. And speaking of those fucking fillers in his lips, bitch, they're giving crooked. They're giving, he used a Groupon. You shouldn't use a coupon for anything that's going to be injected into your face. That is for sure. You're gonna get some saline. I honestly find it very comical that Cole tried to say that we're like trying to like dig in and like figure out everything about his life. Like, we're watching every move. All you have to do is go over, and I didn't even search this the first time. When I came across the Cole Kerrigan scam videos, it was on my For You page, and then of course I followed that account because I was like, oh no, this is a scam artist. It's not our fault that the name Cole Kerrigan and scam are synonymous with each other. You can literally just type them in and you're gonna come up with years of grifts that Cole has been trying to do. Do you remember when he tried to allegedly extort the Ace family for $100,000? He had like some drama with them he was trying to expose.
I think one of my favorite scams that he's tried was when he was getting people to pay him for shout outs for OnlyFans and then not giving them a shout out and just keeping the money.
There was something like that he did over on Instagram as well, where they were paying for a shout out on his page. It was a 24-hour post on Cole Kerrigan's page. I would love to know the amount of fake followers that he has. Remember people were pulling those up? But he was charging for a 24-hour post and then he was not delivering, and he was just being an asshole to people back in the DMs or just ghosting them completely.
It's just really funny to me that he wanted to call us bullies and label us bullies like Gabby Hanna tried to do when we've just called out what he's done.
I don't care if somebody online calls me a bully, because 9 times out of 10 it's because I just don't have a filter on my mouth, and I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I'm gonna say it like it is, and I'm not changing that. That's not a quality that I'm trying to lose.
We're not coddling. Girl, he is literally just mad because Amari and Tana laughed at his ass.
I'm getting into charades, guys, off camera. You know what I realized? I could have scrolled up to the comment. What? Oh my god. Get off live. Get off live. Get off live. It's not funny. Bye, guys. Okay, we love you so much. Honestly, we'll be back in an hour for new viewers and new eyes who aren't living this moment with us.
Look where he was. He was hanging out with all these famous YouTubers.
Yeah.
He was going around Hollywood, living his life.
Cole literally had the life that so many beauty influencers like aspire to have. He was hanging out with all the biggest names. They literally could have launched his career, but because of his piss poor attitude, the way that he treats his fans, the fact that he just looks at his fans as if they are some kind of purse that he can reach into whenever the he wants, he literally ruined it for himself. So Cole, the fact that people are literally commenting on your own behavior and your own actions online, I really don't understand what you're upset about. People can't talk about you unless you literally give them something to talk about. It's just very funny to me that Cole literally tried to say that we're lamos and we're losers and all of that when he's literally having to move out of the place because he's telling everyone that he's really bad with managing his money, that he can't even pay his bills. He even said if he had the money to pay his bills, he would still be irresponsible and not pay them. That's how dumb he is. So if being a lame-o and being a loser is actually having a roof over our heads and all of our bills paid on time, then I guess that I will wear that crown very proudly, Cole, because at the end of the day, you are the one that is having to leave the place that you are living because you are too lazy to actually get a job and actually pay your own way because you think it's the responsibility of everyone out there that is following you. You could even keep a sugar daddy, bitch.
Girl, he didn't have a sugar daddy. He had a Splenda daddy. I'm sure of it. Right now, there's a lot of talks about people getting shitted on for money.
Yeah.
This might be a shoe-in for Cole.
It could be lucrative.
It could. It could be very lucrative. It would still be better than him doing nothing and getting on the internet and begging people for money.
You know, Cole told everyone that he's into manifesting. He's going to try to put all this good energy out into the world. I'm just so confused on how he cannot manifest a job. He has to literally be the shittiest person at manifesting because it's really not that difficult. Like, girl, ask, believe, receive. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what Cole's next grift is going to be, how long it's going to take him to pop back up online and say that he doesn't have any money again. Because honestly, Cole, I think a lot of your audience is getting tired of these excuses from you, and there's one thing that you can't do, and that's deposit excuses.
That's exactly right.
So stop blaming us and everybody out here that's commenting on your behavior online, Cole, and get a job, you piece of shit. Speaking of moving on to the next grift, we have to talk about none other than Miss Brittany Dawn.
You know, Texas really is the grift that keeps on grifting.
It honestly is. There are so many grifters up in the state of Texas. So Brittany Dawn has been teasing in her YouTube videos and like her postings over on Instagram that there's this huge announcement that's coming on her birthday. And we are honestly all better for this because this is what just so many people have been asking for. Brittany Dawn is coming out with a podcast. Well, the reason that she's getting called out for this new podcast venture that she's doing is because she is allegedly, this is what she's been accused of. They are saying that she is breaking the Apple Podcast like terms of service because she literally did an Instagram story and she was announcing this thing a day early for everyone because God compelled her to do so.
So I was going to announce, I've been doing all this hype about, I had an announcement on my birthday. Also, who am I wearing pink with blue nails? Like, who is she? We don't know, you guys. This is a season of boldness. That I had an announcement tomorrow at my birthday, but Jordan has a whole day planned for me tomorrow and I don't know what it is. So I don't know if I'll be able to be on my phone, how disconnected I'll have to be tomorrow, which I'm totally good with. So I'm just going ahead and announcing this today instead. And I'm so nervous. I've been praying on this for 4 years, and every time I wanted to pursue this, I felt like the Lord closed the door so quick. And so I was like, okay, I just kept hearing like, wait on it. And I was like, okay, Lord, like, I don't know what that means, but I will be obedient and I will wait. And it just felt like this season where the Lord was like, I just kept getting no, and I was getting really discouraged by it. And this last year, I felt like the Lord, in November of 2022, I felt like the Lord was reviving that dream in my heart. And I was like, okay, Lord, I hear you. And I remember driving to the gym and hashing it out with God. Like, Lord, like, I hear you loud and clear. You're reviving that in me. But like, if you want me to do this, I need you to send me a wide open door because I don't have capacity to do this by myself. I'm not kidding you guys. 1 week later to the day, that door opened so wide and I was like, that being said, my announcement is that I am now the host of a podcast. I am launching my podcast tomorrow. The trailer's up right now. The name of my podcast is Chiseled and Called. I explain all of what that means to me, what I decided to name it that in the trailer and in the first episode. Episode 2 is how we met story. There's so much. Actually also doing a giveaway to everyone that subscribes and leaves a review on Apple or Spotify on my podcast. All you have to do is subscribe, leave a review, take a screenshot of that review, and email it to this email address right here. And one person is going to win a $150 Amazon gift card as well as a hand-painted Bible, a custom hand-painted Bible. And I will be announcing the winner for this on Friday.
Apart and falling to pieces turned out to be the best, beautiful thing that has ever actually happened to me. And looking back, I can finally see that now. Through that pain, God molded me, He shaped me, and He used that pain to refine me.
But in her Instagram story, she was doing a giveaway for people to go and subscribe and leave a review for this podcast. There were 4 different things that you had to do. The number 1 was subscribe to the Chiseled and Called podcast, which it also has an Instagram as well. Good for her. Number 2, you have to leave a review on it. Number 3, you have to screenshot that review. And number 4, you have to email it to the podcast like email that she has set up. Something I found funny about this is somebody actually did go and subscribe and they did leave a review. They sent her a DM that she actually put on her Instagram story and they were like, hey, I sent you the email showing you that I did this and it bounced back to me. The devil was working that that day because they were like, we're giving you a typo, bitch. So do y'all want to know? Do you want to know what you would get if you won this giveaway from Brittany Dawn about this Chiseled and Called podcast?
Go ahead and lay it on.
Oh, let me tell you guys are going to get a hand-painted Bible, groundbreaking, and a $150 Amazon gift card. So when the people over on Reddit saw this, they actually pulled up the Apple terms of service for their podcast, and it literally says, per Apple's terms, manipulating play counts, downloads, ratings, or reviews via any means, such as using a bot, script, or automated process, or providing or accepting any kind of compensation or incentive is prohibited. So she is literally breaking the terms of service with this new podcast. Something I found funny about her announcement for this podcast is she said that she's been asking God for a very long time, like, is this the right road that I need to go down? Is this something I need to do? And she was just waiting for the right moment. And let me tell you why I think that now is the perfect time for Brittany Dawn to do this. Because her court case is here. It might have been postponed for a little bit, but it's eventually going to happen. She's going to have to start trying to rake in some money somehow to pay these people back if they find her guilty of what she's being accused of. I don't know if to subscribe over on Apple Podcasts, if you have to pay for that, I believe it's free. But I do know that there's ways to get like a lot of sponsorship. So I think she's trying to like have another form of cash flow. You know that the TikTok was taken down. Her TikTok was taken down to over 1 million people.
Dang, I didn't even know she had that many. 1 million followers?
She also did let everyone know, if anybody was interested, that her first episodes of the podcast were going to be like how she met her husband, like their love story. I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, why would you put that story on a podcast for everyone? Because honestly, the end goal for Brittany Dawn, in my opinion, is just to make money off of this. So why would you not put that on YouTube? Or why would you not do your podcast over on Patreon? So y'all are going to have to let me know, will you be tuning in to Brittany Dawn's new podcast, The Chiseled and Called? So I guess that the Chiseled has to do something with the fact that she like did fitness and now she like redirected her life and now she's all about Jesus and the Christianity.
If you want my personal opinion, and this is just my opinion, you guys, I think that Brittany Dawn was bored one day. She was scrolling through Netflix and she watched that Gwyneth Shamblin biography and she was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that.
I really do think that would be such a great Halloween costume for Brittany Dawn. I wonder if she's like one of those that doesn't like to celebrate Halloween now because like it's the devil's day. Honestly, I really do hope, because I know that I say all the time that I really think like after this court case is done that the whole like fostering children and this extreme Christianity thing that she does is just like gonna all go away. Because in my opinion, it really does feel like she's doing that just to like better her image in the eyes of the court.
In my opinion, it definitely does read that way. Anytime you see someone get into that amount of trouble and then they automatically turn to God and Christianity, I always question it because I've seen it my whole entire life.
And moving on from that, we have to talk about Jaclyn Hill and Jeffree Star because we knew this was coming. We knew the internet was not going to be happy that Jeffree Star was wearing the Jaclyn Roxanne. I wonder if Jaclyn actually got any sales from the fact that Jeffree showed her jewelry over on Instagram.
Those earrings that Jeffree had on looked like the earrings that Robin Williams wore in Mrs. Doubtfire.
I still find it funny that Jeffree only wore one earring and then tried to say like, guys, I used to do this all the time like 12 years ago. It's been like so long since I've done it. Knowing good goddamn well that that's the only way that anybody was going to be asking what the those earrings were. I'm sure they didn't even ask like what they were. They were probably like, why are you only wearing one earring?
I think it's cute when you wear an earring and it's just like a stud if you're wanting to do one, but like one long, dangly, gaudy looking one like Jeffree had on, that just does not look good to me.
Well, Jaclyn really got the internet talking because she took a picture of Jeffree Star from St. Patrick's Day when he was wearing the one earring, and they, of course, uploaded it over on Jaclyn Roxanne, and she reposted it on her actual story. And she said, "It means so much to see other influencers support my brand. I know I'm a controversial person online, and a lot of people are scared to publicly support me, so thank you at Jeffree Star." Now that I'm thinking about it, Jaclyn said that it's nice to see another influencer supporting her brand. I cannot name anyone unproblematic off the top of my head. Maybe you guys can leave some down below that have actually promoted Jaclyn or any of her businesses on their social media. It's always the people that have been canceled at some point. You have Jeffree Star doing it, Laura and Manny did it on their podcast. I think they did it for Cozy as well as Jaclyn Cosmetics at some time. And then of course you have James Charles, who has been canceled many times over for very, very bad things. And Jaclyn thinks it's a flex to put him in like her videos saying like, oh, James Charles just texted me, should I message him back? Well, when Jaclyn said that people were afraid to publicly support her, that really got people talking, especially the people over on Reddit. But the tweets that I was looking at were from none other than Marlena Stell, who is the CEO of Makeup Geek. And if you remember, Jaclyn had a collaboration with Makeup Geek back in the day, and she like really screwed Marlena over. So Marlena tweeted out a thread about Jaclyn. And honestly, this is the energy that I love to see, and I'm surprised that it took Marlena so long to say something like this to Jaclyn. Now, I don't know if Jaclyn's gonna see it because she does have Marlena blocked, but there are so many brand owners that have had interactions with Jaclyn that have done collaborations with her that she's really over. If all of those brand owners honestly started sitting down and telling their truth about how Jaclyn treated them and the bullshit that she put them through, your opinion about Jaclyn, it would probably not be the same after you heard what they had to say. So Marlena said the following: "No one is afraid to publicly support you, Jaclyn. They are just tired of the lies defiling the beauty space and tarnishing everyone else's reputation. I would tag you, but you blocked me because I was a genuine friend who wasn't a yes woman and actually cared beyond a money sign. When you surround yourself with only people who coddle and tell you what you want to hear, there's no room for self-reflection and growth. The victim mentality is exhausting. I've been there too during the lowest points of my life, but then I grew up and I realized I'm in charge of what happens in my life, not everyone everyone else. Oh my god, Marlena could literally be tweeting this for Cole. By the way, not cool stealing a small creator's brand than having the audacity to make light of it. I would say you should know how hard it is to start a brand from scratch too, but that also was a lie. What makes me the saddest is the girl we all fell in love with isn't even the one we see now. Not sure if she truly ever existed, but if she did, we'd love to see her back.
Marlena got in her ass, girl.
I'm gonna be completely honest, I love this energy from Marlena, and I'm very surprised that it took this long for her to say something like this, because honestly, in my opinion, if Jaclyn didn't do that bullshit and just over Makeup Geek in the way that she did, there's probably a very good chance that Makeup Geek would still be alive and thriving today.
I'm team Marlena 100% on this one. Like, you can only over somebody so many times and in so many different ways, and it sucked to see the shit that she put Marlena through, and Jaclyn Hill will never admit to it, she'll never address it, and she will never get on camera and admit to the things that she did wrong and the people that she hurt along the way.
I mean, honestly, the saying is karma is a bitch, and I think that we're honestly starting to see a little bit of karma thrown in Jaclyn Hill's direction. I think that's why we see so many Amazon links and everything has to be sponsored when it comes to her, because I think that things are slipping a little bit over there for Jaclyn in the influence department. I mean, we all saw the alleged numbers of the amount of items that she's actually ordering for these launches now, and back in the day, Jaclyn would have been raking in millions and selling hundreds of thousands, if not millions of units at a launch.
You know what they say, what goes around comes around, and that company that Jaclyn Hill is the face of just had to file for bankruptcy. Maybe this is the pendulum swinging Jaclyn's way.
What do y'all think though? Like, are we loving this energy from Marlena? Do you wish that more people would come forward and actually tell their story about what their experience was with Jaclyn? Because trust me, it just does not go with brand owners. There are influencers out there that have had horrible experiences and all of that. Do you think there are going to be any large influencers that are going to come forward and actually support Jaclyn Roxanne on their social media? Or do you think that Jeffree was just doing a little charity work because he honestly did not want to see another OG like fail? And if you made it this far in the video, please leave the coin emoji down below, and we will see you guys all in our next video. Bye.